Skylar, where is she? Where's the fish bed?
On your tail. I'm moving to intercept. Missile, break.
Skylar, I can't.
Skylar, what are you doing out here so late?
I could ask the same about you, Kat.
Fair. I guess I'm a bit of a night owl. I was on night watch a lot when I was in the service, and old habits die hard.
I see. That makes sense. Smoke?
I quit years ago, but what the hell? Thanks. So I explained why I'm up so late. What about you?
It's hard to explain. You ever get nightmares?
Depends. The creepy clown kind or the post-traumatic stress kind.
Do you think I'd be scared off from sleeping because of a creepy clown?
So the latter then? Yes, of course. I think most of us can say that.
Yeah. I know the others struggle with it too. It's why I tend to keep it to myself.
Well, if you want to talk, I can certainly listen.
Well, God, it's actually funny it's you of all people I ran into. I've kind of told you about it before.
You have?
Our second dog fight. You remember?
Second. We only had one.
No, it was two.
The first hardly counted given your emotional state.
Appreciate that. Either way, I mentioned it during our trash talking.
Her name was Sasha, right? Your sister?
Yes. A MiG-21 shot her down right in front of me. I couldn't get to her in time. Never seen a missile lock so quick in those days.
Still think it was me?
Was it?
I was honest with you before. Truly, I don't know. Vietnam was, well, you know.
Hell?
That's a fair description. I shot down a lot of enemy planes, and some were your sisters, as I'm certain you shot down many of mine.
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't hold it against you if it was you. That wouldn't be fair. But her death still gets to me. Felt like I just wasn't fast enough for the first time in my life.
We all wind up that way eventually. I watched a sister die over Libya. She was on my wing, and the enemy got the drop on us. I couldn't do anything. I quit official service after that, for any country. Started wandering as a merc. It changes you.
Do you ever think that maybe you could have done anything differently? Changed the outcome?
I try not to think like that. Even if I could have, we can't go back in time. We can only move forward and prevent it in the future.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't make me feel any better.
What do you think will? Finding out which of my sisters it was?
I don't know. Maybe. I've never looked at the file from that engagement.
Maybe you should. It might give you closure to have all the facts.
But what if it was you?
Didn't you just say it wouldn't affect our friendship?
I can say that all I want, but...
But it would. I get it. And that's an honest reaction. It's ultimately up to you, but I would rather you feel better with the truth and be angry at me than you be miserable, and I still have you as a friend.
Remarkably selfless of you, Merc.
Surprised?
No, but I don't want to be angry at you over it. You were doing your job. It was war.
That's on you to decide. But if you're asking my opinion, I think reading the file could at least provide a little clarity.
Maybe you're right. Spectre should have access to the file. I doubt it's even classified anymore. Want to come with me, since it involves your family too?
Sure, if you're all right with it.
I'm afraid that file is classified.
What?
Seriously?
Sorry, nothing I can do.
That's a load of crap. Even if it is classified, you've pulled strings for me before. What's different now?
Nothing. You just don't need to see it.
Pretty sure I do.
Top secret. Can't do it.
It was nearly 60 years ago. Surely there can't be anything in there that threatens national security now.
And it's just us. Who am I going to tell?
Skylar, please, I can't.
No. You've never stonewalled me like this. You always have a reason for everything. If there was one, a good one, to keep that file closed, you'd just tell me. You're hiding something.
This is for your own good.
What gave you the right to decide that?
I didn't. My predecessor did. I know why, and there's a reason, but I am trying to protect you.
Protect me from what? What could possibly be in there that would hurt me now?
You'd be surprised.
Is it about me? Am I the one that shot down Sasha?
No. Well, actually, hold on.
You have it right here?
It was removed in case an impulsive Marine ever went snooping. Are you sure you want to see it? There's no going back.
Yes, give it here.
It doesn't leave this room. Have a seat. We'll look at it together.
This is it. This is the engagement. Over the Red River Delta. 1 fish bed, 2 phantoms, 1 phantom lost.
The fish bed was identified. That serial number, it's mine.
So, it was you.
I'm sorry, Skylar.
I told you I wouldn't hold it against you if I could help it.
Can you help it?
I don't...
It doesn't matter. Katerina didn't shoot Sasha down.
What?
Are you sure? I did shoot down multiple phantoms in that area. I don't remember this specific engagement. A lot of the war is a blur for me.
I'm sure. Here, look at the second page. Sasha's wreckage was found later and inspected. There was shrapnel from the missile strike. Read it.
The shrapnel came back as a match to an AIM-9.
A Sidewinder.
But that's
Impossible. I've never carried American-made armament. Certainly not in Vietnam.
Because the missile that killed Sasha wasn't from you, Katerina.
it was friendly fire.
Wait, yes. I remember that day. One of the most confusing days of the war. I was on a phantom's tail, and a missile came from behind me and struck her. I was out alone at the time, so I had no idea where the shot came from.
You never fired?
I had tone, but no, never had the chance. Without knowing the missile's origin, I bugged out before things got dicey. I only knew there was a second phantom moving to intercept. That must have been you. But I didn't think the missile was yours because, well, why would you shoot your ally?
But I didn't fire either.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then why did your commanding officer report that you returned to base missing one of your Sidewinders?
What? I didn't. I had all my...
Third page.
This report is from Captain Aris. It says she thought I was the one that... That explains all the questioning. And then I was transferred to a different squad with no explanation.
And the file was sealed afterwards. Like it never happened.
But I didn't do it.
Maybe not on purpose. But it was just you and Sasha out that day. The missile could have malfunctioned, or you could have been covering up a murder.
That's outrageous. She was my sister. I never would have...
Easy. I believe you. My predecessor believed you too.
They did?
The story made no sense no matter how we looked at it. You insisted you didn't fire. Your commander says you were missing a Sidewinder. But if you were hiding something, why not simply say you shot at the MiG? There was no reason to deny firing when it would have been easier to come up with a simple excuse. Even if it were accidental, you would either admit it, and the missile would be blamed, or use the same lie. You did neither. Nothing added up. Your mother stepped in and had the file sealed.
Mom did?
She was looking out for you. Insisted her little girl would never do such a thing. You were watched closely for years afterward, but there was nothing to suggest you were anything other than a loyal soldier. And there was one more thing. Here.
A post-it note.
My predecessor left it.
Captain claims missing Sidewinder. Base's inventory shows Sidewinder surplus.
So there was an extra missile?
Yes, the record showed the base somehow had more Sidewinders than they should have. Precisely one more.
It could just be an inventory error.
It could. Or it could be something else. There were too many questions. And then Captain Aris vanished.
She did?
At the tail end of the conflict. We looked into you, but you were in a completely separate part of the country at the time. You couldn't have been involved. It was decided to seal the record and not persist with investigating you. There were a lot of strange happenings. Potentially traitorous things.
A defector. Who?
You can't think I would...
No. But Aris wasn't on a mission when she disappeared. She was on base. Then she wasn't. We've tried to track her down since then.
And...
If I tell you, you'll go find her.
Correct.
That sounds like a lot of paperwork for me.
And I didn't fire the damned missile. I want to know why my CO said I did.
You may not like what you find, Skylar.
I can live with that.
You're certain? Fine. Don't say I didn't warn you. Nobody ever wanted you exposed to this.
I'm not some child that needs protecting. Christ, are you serious?
I'll confirm it with our satellite network, but she's been there for at least the last 40 years.
Where is... Oh, no.
I'm going.
Skylar, you can't just...
Katerina?
Yes?
Please don't let her go there alone.
Didn't plan on it. Can you let the museum know what's happening? We might need some help.
I can already see the stack of paperwork a mile high from this international incident. Be careful. I hear Iran is lovely at absolutely no time during the year.
Special thanks to our museum volunteers, Maria Miller, AD, Ocean Federation, Zero Smith, Jeremiah Fenley, Mr. Wolf Doggy, King of Knights, 719 Skyper, Hagar 2424, William Lins, Big J, The Random Texas Gamer, Ohio Trucker 1, TBG Matty, Kiwi Warrior, Scout Hunter, Philip Boatwright, Johnny Lepreta, Ambulance 991, Snakeman 129, Downbeat 83, Matthew W, Mr. Creeper 1103, DM Tribal Typhoon, Corporal Tommy, Starbrother, and Walter Romriel. Remember, you can support the show in this way by becoming a member on the YouTube channel.